If somebody had told me my senior year of college at RIT that not only are you going to win the Pulitzer Prize, but you're going to win it through a series of videos that you produced where you didn't even take a still photograph, I think I would tell that's not going to happen. I don't think I ever would have imagined that my career would have evolved the way that it has, but it's been a really exciting evolution. My name is David Wallace. I am a 2001 graduate of RIT. In 2018, we won the Pulitzer Prize for explanatory reporting for our project On the Wall, which looked at what would the unintended consequences be if a wall was built along all 2,000 miles of the border between the United States and Mexico. There were also other newsrooms that were part of the project. My newsroom, the Arizona Republic, we were kind of the lead newsroom as far as the reporting. I was responsible, or one of the people that was responsible for producing these documentary videos that ranged in length between about 5 minutes and 15 minutes. And we produced 15 of these, what we would call mini documentaries. Most people that don't live anywhere near the border, their understanding of the border between the United States and Mexico is through these really short sound bites on TV. And I think it's just oversimplified. It's just this line that separates the United States from Mexico. Well, in reality, physically, the landscape is incredibly diverse. The people that live along the border on both sides are incredibly diverse, and the communities that are on both sides of the border are also very much tied to each other. So you have a city like El Paso, Texas, and Juarez, Mexico. I mean, they're two separate cities on opposite sides of the border, but in one way, they're one community. So I think being able to show that, being able to tell these people's story really showed that there's maybe not a simple solution. The one that I think represents some of the strongest reporting that we did for the entire project explored migrants that are dying in the desert as they illegally try to cross from Mexico into the United States. As people try to cross the border, they have to go longer distances in remote areas to sort of evade law enforcement, and thus it's more dangerous. During the course of our reporting, we found a young woman named Celine Ramirez, who actually lives in Phoenix and is a United States citizen, but her older brother was not a United States citizen. I think he had lived in the United States from the time he was 2 or 3 years old and then was deported. He was illegally trying to get back into the United States to get back to Phoenix, and while crossing, he disappeared. So Celine went out on a day in the middle of the summer to look for her brother. We were able to join Celine on this day that she searched for her brother's body, and she kind of became this central character of this documentary exploring this issue. What I did learn from RIT that has completely translated is the idea of really listening to the subjects or the characters or the sources in our story, and really trying to do their story justice, to sort of give them a voice, get into people's lives. That really came from what I learned at RIT, but in order for that to happen, you have to be curious to want to do that. The initial publication of it was in October, and I think we found out that we won the award in April, and then the ceremony is in May, and every time all these things happen, it just gives us another opportunity to kind of get this content out to people. And I mean, ultimately, that's what it's all about.